We're on our way on a short trip to Tampa, and in this video we're going to show you how we set up and tear down our RV. When we started traveling, our goal was to shorten the time of the setup and tear down. So in our tour video, we showed you a few little things that we've done to secure all our stuff. We don't have a lot of things sitting out, so it shortens our time for the tear down. We try to clean up and put everything away the night before, so we don't have to do everything in the morning. But obviously we've been here for over a month stationary and we have a lot of things sitting around, so it took us a little longer than it normally does. Okay, so once everything is in its place where it belongs originally to begin with, this is what I do. I am in charge of doing things inside. I don't have a checklist, but I start from the back. I make sure the kids cleaned up all their stuff. I make sure the windows are closed and nothing loose is around. I double check their drawers. And this door is missing a little clip, so we close it. I double check the fridge, and I will come back and secure the pantry when the slide is in. Bathroom is next. This is in its clean state. I put the toothbrushes away, our toothpaste, lotion, soap. Everything has its designated place when we travel. Then I double check, make sure everything's closed. Cat's food is dumped and it's just going in the sink. Daria's seat just going down. We keep the door open because of the litter box, and we close the door before the slide comes in because otherwise it won't close. We normally keep our blender and certain things out, but that's been put away already. Our frying pan and our teapot have their own place under the sink.
And he would like to be under the sink too.
I take the soaps, I lay them in here. Put the board over. Ruby's dish goes in the sink. If you've seen our tour video, you probably noticed that we have things a little bit different. We have been in the middle of remodeling for the past 4 months, but we haven't quite finished yet. So once we're done, we're going to show you our new tour video over in remodel space. Then I double check, make sure everything is secure. Trash goes, so I double check all these. Move the trash and recycling over, and the slide goes next. Okay, the slide goes in next. I forgot to turn the heater off, so I gotta slide my finger in there, click it closed. Okay, once the slide is in, I have a tiny little bungee cord that I secure the pantry with. I lock the pantry in, and then I secure it to our Berkey holder. It usually doesn't open, but if we're in a rough terrain, sometimes this thing open and it could fall out because it's heavy. If the bedroom's in this state, which is how it should be, there's not much to put away. I just put this picture down. We're leaving the Dyson up. I'm just putting this one on the floor because it's not super tight. That's it. We're just gonna close the door, and that's it.
I have a little rinse hose over here that I use for all kinds of stuff. So the best way I found to put this away, there is a sewer hose, little compartment that nobody ever uses because it's too small, so that's what I put this little hose away. Before we leave, I would flip the switch over here so we could fill up a little bit more water. I would let that be while I'm doing other stuff. And before we leave, I would drain all my tanks. My valves are way behind it, so it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I've learned how to do it, and it's actually not bad. So I drain the black tank first. And after it's done draining, I close the black tank. What I do when we're stationary, I leave the gray tank open. But the night before we leave, I close it so it fills up, so that way I just flush everything with the gray water and we're good to go. And I have a little clear fitting on top of it, and it's a good idea to have one of those so you could see what's going on. I also installed the control valve in here, so just in case I have a problem with one of the valves, I still have a valve here right before I connect to the hose, so I could close that. And a lot of times, well, pretty much every time we travel, I close that anyway, so that way it's my control valve. I do have a designated bin where I keep just this hose. Next, we disconnect water and electric, wrap up those, and we're almost ready to go. I used to help out in church with setup and tear down on the stage, and I've learned how to coil wires. You never just want to do them in one direction, because that way you always get them all twisted up like that. So that's how I do all of my hoses and all of my wires. You do the first loop just like that, like you normally do. The second loop you put under, not over, but under. So you do one under, one over, one under, one over. That way,
cool.
That way your hose is always going to be perfectly straight, or any of your extension cords, anything like that. So that's what I do. I just turn the breakers off. And I do use this surge guard. It took me a while to get one of those too, but it's definitely a good idea to have one of these. Okay, so then we lift all the stabilizer jacks and we're ready to hook up. I use an equalizer hitch that helps to stabilize the trailer and distribute some of the weight, and I'll show you how I do it. There's a pin that comes out. and as you can see, this thing is way lower. The idea is it has to go on top of this bracket right here, and this distributes the weight. It kind of acts like a, I mean, imagine a wheelbarrow that would be distributing, instead of 1 point, it's going to be a 3-point hitch. In order to hook this up, you have to connect the trailer to the car, lock the pin on top, and then you raise the whole thing together. That just goes in there. And this is pretty much it. We just have to remove the chocks from the wheels and we should be ready to go. I use this block of wood under my hitch, or sometimes I use it for leveling. It's just a multi-purpose type of stuff.
Thea goes next. This is his second time riding in the truck, so I hope... Ah, he's escaping! Come on guys, grab the cat. Oh, okay, you'll sit down.
In trucking, they call it a pre-trip inspection. What do? Once you're all ready to go, you walk around the trailer and you make sure everything's locked, nothing's loose, everything's working. Good idea to check your lights, and then you're ready to go. So yeah, check the doors.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know,
It's 1:20 Wednesday afternoon and we're at the Florida State Fairgrounds at the RV show. This place is packed to the brim, like to the brim. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. And it's only a Wednesday. There's so many RVs out here, there's so many cars. I mean, this place is full. So they opened another parking and I don't know what Ilya's doing, but he's backing up. I think we got really lucky and got the best spot in town. It's close to the actual RV show. It's right next to the cute little pond. We're not next to anybody, literally, but there's a lot of fire ants. Gotta watch out. So today we're not going to the show. We're gonna go to the IKEA and hang out in town. And tomorrow and Friday we'll be at the show. Oh my goodness, it's really hot. Very unseasonably for January. We got our overnight passes and we're gonna get the tickets for the show tomorrow. Since it's 2 days for the price of one, the lady told us to come back tomorrow to get it. Just makes some more sense.
This is very fun. A lot of RVers in the same parking lot. Very dense.
Very, very dense.
We love IKEA. Do we love IKEA?
We love IKEA!
We love IKEA. So we're gonna go get some ice cream and a few other little stupid things.
No, we're not going to IKEA today.
Need to get some new pillows. Problem with IKEA, you could get lost here for hours.
I got different sheets. I want a pillow. I want a different pillow. Start up my sheets to be purple.
We've been here for almost 2 hours, so it seems like it's been 2 hours. I think it's time to wrap up and go back. That's the reason we're never getting those chandeliers. I keep killing my plants, so I'm tempted to get more. Should I get more plants? You know what I need? I need a catnip plant, because the kitty's been eating the plants. It's definitely less tempting to buy junk, you think?
You have no room to put it.
They have organic coffee. For $1. Alright, we got in through service entrance. Which road was it? Or
Orient something?
Orient. So we just had to give them our little overnight tag. And now we're looking for for our RV.
RV park.
Do you know where we're at?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know, but we'll eventually get there. It's pretty crazy. It's really awesome, though. Here, look to the side. It's all RVs. People, everybody's camping. I think that's pretty awesome. RV show is a perfect place to go look for an RV, or even just to go browse around and see what's out there without the pressure of being at the dealership and trying to sell you everything. You could just go and browse. That's what everybody does. So anyway, we came here to Tampa RV show, and we have this idea of finding a fifth wheel toy hauler, because we've been traveling for a little while, and we figured out that there would be at least 3 things that it would be very beneficial to have, like a second bathroom or a bigger fridge, and possibly a washer and dryer. That would be like over the top amazing. So in the next week's video, we're gonna go look for a toy hauler. So join us next week for that. And if it's your first time watching our videos, welcome to the channel. Please consider subscribing, hit the bell button so you will get notifications when the videos come out. But tomorrow we're leaving here and we're going back to the campground where we're staying, and we're gonna show you our setup.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
We just came back and parked in our spot, so we're gonna put a timer on and see how long it takes us to set up. Our setup and breakdown is a real fast process. There is not much to do inside besides putting the slide out. So we're just gonna secure the wheels, put the jacks out, connect the water, power, disconnect from the truck, and that's gonna be our setup. So let's see how long does it take. So the timer starts now. There we go. Okay, so we're pretty much set up, so let's go see what's our time. "17 minutes, 18 seconds. That's not too bad, right? It was a few things different with this setup. This site is pretty leveled, and we knew that because we were here before. But most of the time, Nadia would put the slide out as soon as we start setting up. As soon as the wheels are in and everything's in place, she could put the slide out. So it would probably work out to about the same thing. How is your setup time?